Yo guys, good afternoon. It's Jay Beershank. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're here for another edition of Journal Talks. I've been out for a few days because we've been working hard on the garden. If you don't know, I'm staying in this apartment and I have a scooter here in Chiang Mai, Thailand, in exchange for some yard work and some gardening type stuff I'm doing for a lady. And today was hardcore, man. We cut down a big tree, built a compost in the corner. We limbed all the branches off the tree we cut down, and then we limbed all the branches again, you know, so we could use the branches for some kind of a frame for garden beds, and then we threw it all into the compost. And it was hot, man. It's hot in Thailand, let me tell you. It's like 100 degrees and I was sweating my balls off today. But I'm home now, I'm chilling, I'm feeling good. So I decided, hey, let's do a journal talk. What we do is we go into my journal, a random page, and we talk about it. Why? I don't know. It's fun for me. Hopefully it's entertaining for you. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. Here we go. Let's go from the beginning to the end, see if we can get something recent. Okay. Here's one on March 6th. The reason I laughed is because the heading is "My head is a jungle." I don't know if you heard that song, but it's like, my head is a jungle, jungle. Can't get me out of trouble, I'm complicated. Something like that. You can't get me out of trouble, I'm complicated, or something like that. If you look at my Wonder Fruit Festival vlog, it's the song for that whole video. I can't remember the words now, but I know that. My head is a jungle, jungle. So I guess I was thinking about that when I wrote this. Maybe I was listening to it. I don't know. But here we go. March 6th, my head is a jungle. Saying see you later to Kota Kiev was interesting. Ooh, so this was the day that I left Kota Kiev after 2 months of being there. And after I met a woman named Anya who I'd been hanging out with for like the last weekend or 2 weeks or something. And I left Kota Kiev because I was like in my feelings. And I didn't want to be there anymore. I wanted to go back with her, so I left. Saying see you later to Kota Kiev was interesting. It's just such a magical, special place, and to think it's so easy to stay there is really a trip and eye-opening. I could stay there and live a great life for years, but adventure calls. Yeah, that was one thing I thought about when I was living at this place a lot. Like, I've talked about it a lot in the journal talks, and maybe even you can watch the vlog if you haven't yet, but when I was living on this Cambodian island, it was just so accessible. It was so easy, you know? All I had to do was volunteer, and I got to live and eat for free. I spent like maybe $50 in 2 months, and the only thing I bought was weed, because it's a big weed smoking culture on the island. People are blazing like motherfuckers. So I was blazing a lot. But other than that $50 and the 2 months I spent on weed, I didn't buy a single thing, and I lived great, super healthy. And so it was super crazy to me that it was so easy, because, like, you know, a lot of people don't realize that there are crazy opportunities like that everywhere around the world of all kinds. It's really a trip, huh? Really, really a trip. And, like, you know, if you want to, like, you know, be a chef, there's like opportunities like that all around the world too, like with cooking. If you want to like do yoga, that's a really big one. You want to be a yoga massage or a spiritual guru, there's like all sorts of retreats you can do for that, and just like volunteer and live there for years and become a chef or a guru or a martial artist. That's one thing I really want to do. I want to go up into like, I don't know why I think China, I guess I think of like Shaolin monks, but I want to go live in like a Shaolin monk place and learn some martial arts and get disciplined in that way, be able to, you know, punch through bricks and triple aerial bicycle kick and stuff, and just live a nice solitary aesthetic life in the mountains for free. It's crazy to me that there's opportunities like that. And this island was one of those, because it was such a chill one, such an easy one, like least responsibility type one though. Like I wasn't really learning anything besides just how to really freaking chill out, which I might not even had to learn that, because I already knew how to do that. I was kind of like falling back into chilling out. Because I smoked a lot of weed as a young guy, so I felt like I was like going back to being a young dude. Whew. It's one of my favorite songs. The song's called Golden Hell by Ruben Young. Golden Hell. I love this song. Save yourself. slip into this golden hell. Okay, this place was a golden hell. Okay. 1 minute. It was really eye-opening. I could stay there and live a great life for years, but adventure calls. I'm so young, naive, brazen, free, buoyant, most of all grateful. Really, how is this my life? Running blindly in love to Australia with a woman I just met. Fucking right out of a movie or a book. Should really start a blog. The Holy Fool blog. So at this point I was like really, like I said before, I was just in my feelings so much because I was like, I don't know, I didn't, like this is like the first point in my 3 months of travel where I just really had like no idea why I was doing anything. Like before I was like, oh, it's a service trip, or oh, I'm just, you know, living my life, you know, evolving as a young man. At this point I was like, you know, running to see this woman and I was just like, dude, what is wrong with me? I felt really up in the air and really silly, but it was like, you know, also a good feeling because it was like, wow, like I said here, I'm so young, naive, brazen, and free, and buoyant, most of all grateful. Like it's really just like the ability to be so free is not something that I think people have their whole lives, because responsibilities come up, you know, things happen that change your circumstances drastically. Right now I'm lucky enough not to have any of those, but falling for this woman was one of those responsibilities that did change how I feel about a lot of things, so. Scary and beautiful. How is this my life? Running blindly in love to Australia with a woman I just... Oh yeah, I was gonna go to Australia. Well, first of all, we had planned to do it like in a month and a half later, so I guess the beginning of May, I was gonna go travel around with Anya in her van in Australia. But now since all this COVID stuff happened, it's really turned the plans upside down, I think. So we'll see what ends up happening, but if it's all worked out by May, I'll probably still go to Australia with her. But I guess, yeah, we'll see. Like, that's the kind of the, I don't know, the plan basically is like, in the beginning of May, we're gonna kind of talk and see what we both want to do. We're probably gonna meet up again and probably gonna start to do something together. I don't really know what I'm gonna do, or what she's gonna propose to do, or what I'm gonna propose to her to do. But we're gonna do something together, I presume. That's part of the young, naive, free, and buoyant thing. Like, I really don't know. I'm just kind of living day by day, working hard every day. That's what I like to do. I just like to work hard. That's why it's so nice to be gardening and stuff, because it keeps me away from thinking too much. Just work my ass off and sweat my ass off and go home, eat a good dinner, read my book, and go to bed. That's it's a good, simple life for me. Okay. I should start a vlog, the Holy Fool blog. I still think I should start a vlog, and I was gonna start a vlog, and I've started a couple vlogs, but then I have to pay for the domain name, and then I just end up stop paying for it, and that's why I didn't start one this. I remember I was like, oh, I'll start a vlog, and then I looked up the domain name like on like March 8th, and I was so broke. It was like $12 a year, and I was like, fuck, I can't do $12 a year. I ended it. Enjoy it, man. Don't worry, as long as I'm alive, there's only one thing to do. Live with love. Everything else will fall into place. Smile, communicate. Smile, communicate, and laugh. So there we go, guys. I brought it really background and simple for this one. This is a real short entry, just about crazy life, but enjoy it, man. Don't worry, as long as we're alive, there's only one thing to do. Live with love. Everything else will fall into place. Smile, communicate, and laugh. That's all we gotta do. So yeah, at the beginning of this one, I was, you know, I was kind of like, at the beginning I was tripping about how I could just live in this magical special island forever. But then I was tripping about how falling in love with this girl made me like totally off my rocker and made me do things I didn't understand. And then we just brought it back to, you know, why not? Just communicate, smile, and laugh, and enjoy. Be a good person, and life will fall into place. At least that's what I'm living by. It's working pretty well for me. Life's pretty synchronistic. I got pretty good luck. Peace. Don't forget to like, subscribe. This might have been a short, strange episode, but hey, whatever. Take it easy. It's all good. Stay safe. Stay light. Stay in the love. Peace.